So how do I begin using Global Scholar Achievement Series for career and technology education? Step 1 is to contact the Global Scholar point person in your school. Oftentimes it's a user support specialist, your tech coordinator, or in some cases your literacy or math specialist. Please contact a building administrator to find out who the person in your school is. To begin, I want to show you ScanStation. A scanner and computer have been designated in each school building loaded with this software. The school has a site ID. If you do not know what your school's site ID is, there is a list on the U drive in the CTE Global Scholar folder that lists each of our secondary schools and their site ID in parentheses. To show you, I want to log in with my staff ID and password. Once in ScanStation, you want to find the 2013-14 and then the CTE folder. Within this folder, you can access any of the session tests. I'm going to scroll down to Life Skills, 6th grade pretest. You can see the test ID is 21334. So when you print out your bubble sheets, it should have that test ID already in there. To double check, there is a list of every one of our CTE courses loaded in Global Scholar, along with their test ID here in this spreadsheet, also located on the U drive. Once I've selected Life Skills 6th grade pretest, then I'm going to click on Form. Once I'm in Form, I can then select the school and the grade level, and up comes the students. Make sure all of this is selected, and when you hit print, up will come out your set of bubble sheets. So it's just that simple. You will get a list of bubble sheets that looks like this that the ScanStation is able to print out for you. It comes pre-slugged with the student name, the teacher name, as well as the student ID and test ID all loaded through eSchool. So once you have the bubble sheet, you then do not have to use any of this top part because it already comes filled in. You're just focusing on this part right down here in the bottom right hand corner. The 6 categories with 0 through 4 that you will be bubbling in using the CTE Career Ready Practices rubric. The 6 categories on the bubble sheet match with the 6 categories on the rubric, as well as the 0 through 4 categories. So all you have to do is take each student as you assess them and bubble in the appropriate score for each category. Then give them back to the Global Scholar point person to load back into ScanStation. Once they scan through these score sheets, the data is available in Global Scholar for you to access. Here's a document that walks you through the process of accessing your CTE assessment results. This document can also be found on the U drive in the Global Scholar folder in Middle School CTE. Also in that folder, you will find the copy of the rubric, as well as the CTE Measures of Student Growth document that was handed out at the August in-service. You would go to www.edperformance.com, click on Staff ID, enter your site ID, which you can find again on the U drive, Then you enter your employee ID number as your staff ID, and your password will be password 1. You can change this password under the Site Admin tab, Security. Then follow the rest of the directions to click Classroom, Your Section, the A+, and then you can click on the different test scores, standards, item analysis, and responses that will allow you to access the reports from your pretest. This data can then be used to adjust your instruction appropriately or for the purposes of developing your student learning objective.